Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a topic that's, well, endlessly fascinating and just absolutely vital for any thriving economy: entrepreneurship. We've really dug through a stack of articles, research, and some deep insights into what truly drives individuals to launch their own ventures.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
So our core question for this deep dive is, what genuinely compels someone to become an entrepreneur? And, what does it take to succeed, especially within a rapidly evolving economic landscape like Saudi Arabia's?
Right. And our mission, as we sort of unpack all this material, is really to reveal the fundamental forces behind business ownership.
Okay.
We want to explore where entrepreneurial opportunities genuinely emerge from, understand that profound economic ripple effect of small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs,
Yeah, the SMEs.
and identify the crucial support systems and those often overlooked networks that are available to entrepreneurs today.
Many people dream of starting their own business. But what's the actual tipping point? What truly compels someone to, say, leave a stable job for that leap into the unknown? Our sources identified 4 powerful underlying motivations. What's the first one that might maybe surprise us?
Well, the sources put personal fulfillment right at the top, and for good reason, actually. It's not just about what you do. It's more about creating something that genuinely improves life for others, this deeper purpose, making your work about something more significant than yourself.
Right.
That becomes an incredibly powerful North Star. It's often the only sustainable motivator when entrepreneurs face those inevitable valleys and tough times of a startup journey.
That makes sense. What's next?
Then we have skills utilization. This is really about finding joy in the creative process itself.
Okay.
Founding a company allows entrepreneurs to apply a broad range of their existing skills, sure, but it also pushes them to develop entirely new ones.
So it's a growth thing, too.
Exactly. It's that constant challenge of problem solving and learning on the fly that often fuels their enjoyment and, well, their growth.
And the classic one, independence.
And of course, the allure of independence is immense. Many people are drawn to that idea of being their own boss, making their own decisions, taking risks, and, directly reaping the rewards.
Freedom, basically.
Yeah, they envision freedom over work hours and personal time. But our sources are quick to temper that vision with the reality.
Oh, how so?
Well, true independence often translates into even longer hours with the market and ultimately the customer dictating the terms. It's a, let's say, nuanced form of freedom.
Right, not quite the beach lifestyle immediately.
Not usually, no. Finally, we arrive at financial rewards. And look, it's a perfectly legitimate driver.
Sure.
While the media often highlights those rare get-rich-quick stories, a more realistic expectation for the vast majority is probably to get rich slowly.
Okay, what does that look like?
This means building sustainable compensation through, say, a salary for your time, alongside a return on your investment, whether that's through dividends or an increase in the business's overall value over time.
Speaking of motivations and maybe the tempering of expectations, our sources share a powerful, real-life example in Saleh. He turned his electronics hobby into a business.
Right. I remember reading about him.
He started with a small bank loan, college savings, grew steadily for years, was meticulously budgeting, investing. All looked good. But then, in his 5th year, the economy faltered, sales declined, and his expenses kept rising despite, his earlier success.
Yeah?
How does his journey, particularly those challenges, illustrate the resilience needed when those initial motivations are really put to the test?
Saleh's story is a classic, isn't it? It perfectly demonstrates that while, say, personal fulfillment or independence might spark the journey,
Right.
it's the enduring strength of those motivations, coupled with disciplined planning and perseverance, that truly sustains a venture when external economic shifts or unexpected challenges hit. It's a marathon.
It really is not a sprint. And, for another powerful example of navigating complex environments and building success, we can look at someone like Lubna Olayan.
Yes.
Her extensive finance and managerial skills led her to become the, formidable CEO of Olayan Financing Group. She really embodies how deep expertise can be leveraged for a significant entrepreneurial impact, even within established structures.
Okay, so we've explored why people take the entrepreneurial leap. But once they've decided to, where do they even begin to find the ideas for these businesses? Where do these entrepreneurship opportunities really start to bloom?
Well, our sources clearly outline that opportunities often begin with either innovation or improvement.
Innovation or improvement, okay.
When we talk about innovation, we're looking at something truly brand new, a novel creation that fundamentally shifts how things are done.
Like what?
Think about miniaturized personal drones, the early days of self-driving cars, or even 3D printers that are empowering individuals to create products right from their homes, sort of circumventing traditional manufacturing entirely. Right, totally new categories.
Exactly. These are ground-up inventions. Then there's improvement.
Okay.
This often gets less fanfare, but is just as vital. This is about a thoughtfully designed change that significantly increases the usefulness of an existing product, service, or process.
So making something better.
Precisely. Many successful entrepreneurial ventures aren't about inventing the wheel, but rather making that wheel spin more effectively through, say, improved design, streamlined procedures, or simply a meticulous focus on quality.
So it sounds like the common thread here is really about creative problem solving, isn't it? Finding a new way or just a better way to address a need.
Precisely. And this lens of innovation and improvement is incredibly relevant in Saudi Arabia right now.
How so?
Well, the nation is undergoing these profound economic reforms, and Saudi Vision 2030 isn't just passively observing, it's actively promoting innovation and directly supporting new business development.
Yeah.
You see this vividly in the explosion of e-services across the kingdom. These are often a direct response to Vision 2030 initiatives, creating fertile ground for entirely new business models.
But the impact of entrepreneurship isn't just felt by individuals. Our sources reveal this profound ripple effect on entire economies.
Absolutely.
What's the bigger picture here? How important is entrepreneurship, not just for the individual, but for a whole nation's prosperity?
Entrepreneurship is, quite simply, one of the most important drivers of business globally. Developed countries fundamentally rely on it for sustainable economic growth and prosperity.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. Consider the origins of some of the world's largest companies, from, soft drink manufacturers to massive restaurant chains, tech giants, social media platforms, online retailers.
Yeah, many started small.
Exactly. Many of these colossal enterprises began as modest, sometimes even part-time projects by enterprising individuals. They often face significant setbacks before achieving that rapid expansion in global dominance. Silicon Valley, for example, is the embodiment of this.
Right, the innovation hub.
A vibrant hub of innovative tech companies that started precisely this way.
And how does this play out in Saudi Arabia?
Well, in Saudi Arabia, this global trend isn't just being observed, it's being actively cultivated. Entrepreneurship is an integral part of the Saudi Vision 2030 strategy.
Okay.
It's specifically aimed at broadening the private sector and diversifying the economy beyond traditional industries. The kingdom's rising profile in the Global Competitiveness Index directly reflects this growing culture of innovation and the strategic prioritization of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, the numbers really seem to underscore that impact. As of Q1 2022, our sources highlight there were over 750,000 SMEs in Saudi Arabia.
That's a huge number.
That's nearly a 15% increase year on year, and astonishingly, they account for, 99.5% of all businesses in the kingdom? That's incredible.
It really is.
Breaking that down geographically, 31.8% in Riyadh, 20.9% in Makkah, and 7.5% in the Eastern Province. That's quite a spread.
It is, and the employment figures are equally compelling. As of October 2021, SMEs collectively employed 4.9 million people across the kingdom.
Wow.
With over 1.8 million of those based specifically in Riyadh province. And when we look at the breakdown by sector for Q1 2022, it paints a picture of where these opportunities are flourishing.
Like where?
Retail accounts for 14% of Saudi SMEs, construction for 13%, food and beverage is big at 10.2%, and rental and leasing at 9.8%. This diversified growth really speaks to the broad impact of SMEs across various industries.
It's clear the leadership fully recognizes this profound impact, too. Our sources quote His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman from the 2022 SVC Impact Report, unequivocally stating that startups and SMEs are key engines for economic growth as they aim to create jobs, foster innovation, and boost exports.
A clear statement of intent.
And King Salman bin Abdulaziz also underscored the country's determination to achieve its goals through diversifying the economy base and investing in economic variables to build new national games in which the citizen is the goal and the source.
All right, connects economic growth directly to citizen well-being.
So this isn't just economic policy, it's deeply tied to national well-being. With all this growth and, burgeoning opportunity, what kind of strategic support infrastructure exists for entrepreneurs, especially within Saudi Arabia? How do they navigate this landscape and turn those statistics into real success stories?
Well, there's a remarkably dedicated infrastructure designed specifically to support small businesses and actively promote innovation. A cornerstone of this is Monsha'at.
Monsha'at.
But that's the Saudi Arabian Small and Medium Enterprises General Authority, established back in 2016. Its aim is audacious, really, to raise the GDP contribution of Saudi SMEs from 20% to 35% by 2030.
That's ambitious.
It is. Their vision is clear: to empower SME sector to drive the growth of Saudi Arabia's economy, and they plan to achieve that through a mission of supporting the growth and competitiveness of SMEs.
How do they actually do that? What kind of support?
Well, Monsha'at's approach is incredibly comprehensive. They offer an online support center that's already assisted over 20,000 SMEs. They've even created a detailed store operation manual just for the retail sector, covering everything from, initial foundation to ongoing operations and legal requirements.
Very practical.
Very. They're heavily invested in promoting e-business solutions and innovative technologies, too. They have their Thaka centers specializing in high-tech areas like AI, data science, cybersecurity.
Cutting-edge stuff.
Definitely. There's even the Notwath Monsha'at app for direct connections with specialists. And, it's truly stretching how this support is being met.
How so?
Their Q1 2022 report notes that 33% of the kingdom's adults have plans to open a business in 3 years.
A third.
Yeah, and 90% of Saudis see entrepreneurship as a good career choice. That speaks volumes about the ecosystem's impact, I think.
Absolutely. Are there other players besides Monsha'at?
Oh, yes. Beyond Monsha'at, the ecosystem is layered. We also have the Center for Digital Entrepreneurship, or CODE. CODE focuses more on cultivating that startup culture, reinforcing the essential role of modern technology and new ventures, and accelerating the digitization of information across the board.
Important for the modern economy.
Crucial. Then there's the Social Development Bank, which provides vital financial backing and actively promotes SME growth, directly aligning with Vision 2030's objectives.
So financial support, too.
Yes. And more recently, the Research, Development, and Innovation Authority, RDIA, approved in 2021. It acts as sort of an overarching body, encouraging and supporting the RDI sector, coordinating research centers, proposing policies, and providing vital funding.
A lot of coordinated effort.
It seems so. And we mustn't overlook the vital role of university incubation centers.
Yeah, it's the universities.
Many universities across the kingdom offer incredible support, even for those with maybe no prior business experience. For instance, the Cost Entrepreneurship Center provides a free 8-week online course.
Free. That's great.
Yeah, specifically designed to be accessible and welcoming to all aspiring entrepreneurs, regardless of their background.
That's a truly robust and interconnected system of, formal support. But beyond these organizations and financial backing, what else is absolutely critical for entrepreneurial success? What's that more intangible, often unmentioned secret sauce that can make or break a venture?
That brings us to the profound concept of social capital.
Social capital. Okay, what is that exactly?
It's not about money in the bank, right? It's the advantage created by an individual's connections within a vibrant network of social
Relationships.
Exactly. And while social media has connected people globally in incredible ways, our sources emphasize it's not really a substitute for traditional networks and those, real-world working relationships established through consistent interaction and trust over time.
So face-to-face still matters.
It seems so. The power of business networking, when done authentically, is immense. Good contacts can be the gateway to crucial investment, cutting-edge technology resources, or even just invaluable advice. They provide access to a wide array of resources that extend far beyond what any individual team member might possess on their own.
It's about who you know.
In a way, yes. A robust social network isn't just close friends. It includes former employees, business associates, community organizations, even, say, local mosque contacts. It's like a chain reaction.
How do you mean?
Well, a connection made years ago, maybe a weak tie, might suddenly open the door to someone who has exactly what you need right now. It truly reinforces that old adage. Business is all about relationships.
And these social networks are especially helpful in, say, jumpstarting sales and building early traction, right?
Absolutely. Think about it. A reputable firm might hesitate to work with a brand new company lacking a proven track record.
Understandable.
But influential advocates within your network can use their pull, their credibility, to help a new business acquire those vital, high-profile early customers.
Which then builds momentum.
Exactly. That persuades others to give a relatively unknown company a shot. It's absolutely critical for establishing a solid reputation in those crucial early
So
stages.
building that network is key.
Precisely. Building an active and robust social network genuinely increases your social capital. However, and this is important, this advantage doesn't just, develop overnight or through purely transactional exchanges.
It takes time.
It takes years to cultivate. It demands consistency, being reliable as a friend, being fair in your dealings, and always, always being true to your word. It's really an investment in trust.
What an incredible deep dive into the dynamic world of entrepreneurship. It's clear that understanding what drives successful ventures goes far beyond just the initial idea, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's about that underlying personal drive, the continuous innovation, its immense and pervasive economic impact, and those crucial, often layered support systems and fundamental human connections that enable true success.
Indeed. Entrepreneurship is undeniably a challenging journey, as we saw with Saleh's story. But it's ultimately sustained by those core motivations we explored earlier.
Right.
Empowered by a robust and evolving ecosystem of support, like we discussed with Monsha'at and others, and fundamentally amplified by that vital social capital.
So, thinking about all this, the diverse motivations, the comprehensive support structures we've uncovered, here's a thought for you listening. What specific entrepreneurial problem in your own community could you potentially solve? Maybe starting with just one small improvement or even a simple connection from your existing network.
Interesting question to ponder.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.